Hello, my name is Zero, and today I'm going to break down my track Alien Technology out on Neoluminum Volume 2. Alright, let's get into it. So the first thing we have is this little ARP thing, right? So the way I got this bleepy bloopy mess is... I'll show you guys. So you want to start with some chords. Also, this is just like a square wave with some reverb and some other shit. But the way I got that melody is I just took some chords, for example, and then I put it on the arpeggiator mode. And where is it? There it is. And I just messed with the time and stuff. You can get a lot of really cool stuff with that. So that's what I did to get this. We got these stabs. Reverb and delay. This is a plugin called Rave Generator. It just has a lot of like old school ravey type of sounds, and I use this one a lot. You can probably, if you've heard any of my recent tracks, you would definitely recognize the sound. I have an 808. One of them is doing a little slide. So what I usually do for my 808s on my subs is I'll have two of them. First have one that's like maybe a little distorted, but mainly just clean. Then I'll have a more distorted one that has all the low end taken out. Put them together, sounds like one big 808. Got a chant. Straight from Eliminate. Didn't even change it that much. And you got these little, like, orchestral stabs. I think straight from Flex. Yeah. Then you got some other effects, but I'm not gonna go into all the like background effects. The build is very simple. I apparently only used a kick. I didn't use cymbals or a hi-hats or a snare. Just the kick. Added this little respace. A bunch of risers, impacts, whatever the fuck this is. And that's about it. Okay, let's go over the pre-drop. So this is my voice, just saying Alien Technology, and I have two versions of it. This one, which I believe has a vocoder. Yeah, it has a couple things. It has this denoiser, just because my mic environment wasn't the best. It has, what is on the stereo effect? Just a little ring mod. Not doing too much. A vocoder, which is doing a lot of heavy lifting. A frequency shifting shifter around. I usually do this a lot for when I want like cool rhythm vocals. Is I just put a frequency shifter not that far down, and I'll turn it around half. Like the mix wise. I wanted to get rid of some of those mids, and I just beefed it up and took back some high end. And then the second layer, Alien Technology. It's more bit crushed. Alien. This one is going through a frequency shifter, very light frequency shifter, and just some bit crush. Pretty simple shit. Alien Technology. Under that is this sound. What I didn't realize until I looked back on this project, a lot of the sounds stem from this one Moonboy preset. I've forgotten what this sounds like initially. Let me actually just listen back to what it sounds like. This is what it originally sounds like. So turn that into... Not much to it. I'm just mirroring some basic shapes. Doing a little bit of FM. Not much to it, and then I'm just automating the, I think, chorus pitch? Yeah, well, I'm just automating the chorus pitch. Okay, let's go into the drop. The drums. They're pretty simple. A lot of high end. I should have EQ'd these. Yeah, you got some rides, you got some like foley, you got kick and snare. and occasionally some hi-hats. Let's go over each sound. So first we have this, which this also stems from that same preset I showed earlier. I just messed with it a lot and sorted the fuck out of it. Under that is like a brass shot. So we get to this thing. This little fill dictated a lot of the track, because originally I was doing completely different sound design, and maybe I can also check back an earlier version of the project to see what changed. But originally this wasn't going to be the main sound, because this sound kind of inspired the main sound. If you listen, they're very similar. So how did I get this little fill? So the way I did this, I just called it slow bird. I took, let me organize these real quick. So wait, I know what I'm doing. So I just took two basic shapes. I did this like a staircase trick, which you can get this pretty easily. You just set your grid size and then hold down shift, and then draw in like something like this. So I did that and got this, and I'm automating the course pitch, but I'm also automating the wavetable position on basic shapes, which makes it just a glitchy mess. So that's just how it sounds normally. Then I added a little bit of bit crush, not much. Some ring mod, which is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and a compressor. So it was pretty simple. It's just distorted sine wave, pretty much. A little bit of compression, a little bit of transient shaping. Nothing much, honestly. And I simply could just stick out a lot of mids. I got some background effects, a chant. And then we get to the main sounds. So there's 3 layers for the main part of the drop. There is this like stompy layer, little yo-yo action. The way I got this sound is I took a little screechy boy, put a little ring on it, and we got an easy yo, and then I just beefed it up. Easy yo. Is there anything on it? Just OTT, cam crusher, disperser, sort of shit. I got a little sustain. I think this is another Moonboy preset. Yeah, I took a yoi they usually have, and I just put it on envelope mode, so it's a sustain. And then for the main sound, sounds like this. This is 3 layers. First one. Okay, it's the same as the fake out, but it's going through a different chain, which is going through a frequency shifter, which you hear later. I'll show that. A soothe, because you want to try to tame a lot of the high end and a lot of the really ugly frequencies when it comes to like glitchy music. Just simple disperser, because it's not really empty without it. And then a simple EQ. And I have this crystallizer here. So usually people will do like a reverb automation for like filling out empty space. But I've recently started using crystallizer instead, because here's what it sounds like without it. And it's with it. I just love, like, it sounds like a bunch of just particles floating around you, basically. And I fucking love how it sounds. The other layers are this white noise going through the same rack, and this like mid-bassy thing. I took like a weird Suzuki preset, low passed it, did some other shit to it, and put it through a disperser. So together they all sound like this. So this sound right here is one of my favorites. So this is actually a sound font from Earthbound. I've been falling in love with using sound fonts recently, so I just put this in here. I don't think there's much on it. Yeah, just an OCT comic crusher, simple stuff. Alright, let's talk about this little fill. So the way we did this is comprised of 2 sounds. One is a tear-up bass I made a while back. just a scream wavetable being distorted like a crazy amount. And then our reverb filter, which is doing a lot of the main work to get the sound. And the second layer is another version of that same sound. I guess I just liked this preset and messed with it, but like, even though they all stem from the same preset, they all sound very fucking different. So that's how I got that sound. Let's talk about this. You probably know how to do this already, but I want to show it anyways, just in case. So the way I got this sound, I took a respace. The main way you get this sound is you just take this off BPM mode and automate it. Because this LFO is on the level of everything and automating the filter. Also, I think it's automating some reverb as well. No, I think the reverb is being automated. Yeah, I just automated a free reverb too. So you can get these sounds pretty easy, all things considered. So we have this little fill right here, which is some strings from Flex, I believe, and a brass. So for this segment, I just kind of like let it play out. And then I automated a frequency shifter to go slightly up. That's pretty much it for all the main sounds in the first drop. So let's talk about the second drop. So this section is comprised of a couple different layers. First is the bass from like the initial hits in the first drop. This brass. And this Reese. So the way I got this sound, I took a Reese bass I found. I think it sounded like something like this before. So I took that, put the oscillator to very high, and distorted the fuck out of it, and put a ring mod on it. Maybe go down. That's about it. Then you got this little sound, which originally was way too piercing. I had to put a soothe and an EQ on that, but which is boosting, I think, apparently? I don't know. So that's about it for this section. And in this section, there's a little bit of an Easter egg.
Today I will teach you guys how to make rhythm.
Some of y'all have to recognize the sample.
Today I will teach you guys how to make rhythm.
That's, I believe, from Wobix. I wanted to throw that in there because, yeah, I definitely copied a lot of Wobix tutorials back in the day. Yeah, and the only really thing to talk about in the B section of the second drop is I also automated it so that the LFO is at a faster rate. So that's about it. Yeah, this is a really short tutorial, and I want to thank Neoluminum for letting me have this track on their compilation. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, see ya.